Now in this tutorial we're going to talk about the wind window, which is the apparent area in which the kite is able to fly. So the base principle simply is that when the pilot is here, kite is here, wind is blowing, makes contact with the sail, full pressure. As the kite flies up over the top, the angle, the natural angle to the wind changes, and thereby there's no more pressure. So what you end up with is the most pressure begins here, and then that pressure starts to decrease, 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 and then eventually the kite stops, typically at roughly this angle. So the purpose of this video is to give you more of a visual representation of what that looks like and what the actual effect is on the wind. So let's take a look. So the very top of the window, of course, right about there, and then the kite starts to slow down, and then the power is increasing as it gets there, all the way out to the side and back, and then all the way out to the side and back. Now I'm on 75-foot lines today. The longer your lines, the bigger your wind window, as to say the further the flight path is. The general shape of the wind window is from this edge, it sort of follows this shape more or less, and then again back to middle. So one of the very useful things about the wind window is understanding its power zones, which we've just covered, and starting to designate areas of the window so that it almost looks like a heads-up display to you. So as a longtime performer, competitor, and I'm into writing routines and getting teams organized, I tend to sort of see a grid in the sky when I fly. And so what that grid looks like very much would be, so here's our center line on that grid. And then if we figure halfway up, right about here, there's also another line. And so that really gives me a pretty effective cross point. So you can see there, that's exactly what I'm working on. And then from that position, so I'm in dead center again roughly, there's a square down here in the bottom right quarter. There's a square over here in the bottom left quarter. There's a square up here in the top left quarter. And then of course, one more square there at the upper right corner. So in the interest of flying precision, you can actually use all of those as waypoints as well. So for example, if I'm here and I want to fly a diamond, I'm up to the top point of that window, off to the right side, the bottom point, the left side, and then the top. So it gives me very, very clear designation as to where that is. Also, if I was to fly a circle, I'm flying to that line, and then I'm flying to that line, and then I'm flying to that line, and then again that line. So of course all of that is approximated because I don't have the wind window that you see now in front of me, but I'm sure the visual representation is enough for you to get an idea. So in any maneuvers that you're doing, it's just excellent to try to get a sense of what that maneuver looks like, proportioned inside the window so that you can consistently present the same shapes over and over again. The other one that it kind of plays in here, so a stair step, for example, could be one, that's half of that, and now I'm back up to the center point, and another, and another, and another. Again, it's just a general sense of the area that you have in which to fly, and a constant reminder that the kite will respond a little bit differently as you go through each portion. So wind window is very straightforward. Now that you know it's there, now that you can almost see it and taste it, explore it and have a lot of fun.